Hi, I'm E.D. Lewis, and welcome back to my channel, E.D. Lewis Reviews, back with another video, another nocturnal video. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe and ring that little bell so you'll get notifications on my latest videos. Okay, I hope that everybody had a great Halloween and a great October, since now we're in the month of November, and the spooky season has unfortunately passed. Hopefully everybody's, not suffering from, post-Halloween blues. I actually found out about that on Instagram, so that's where I got that from. For this video, I'm going to be doing a wrap-up. This is a wrap-up of all the books/stories that I read in the month of October for spooky season. So let's get started. My first one, I didn't read this throughout October. I started it in September, but I did finish it at the start of October, so I include it. And it was part of my spooky season reads, and that is Autumncrow by Cameron Chaney. This is an awesome collection of short stories. I've already reviewed this, and actually, I'm going to review all these except for one of these books that I read, and you'll understand why. But this is a great collection of horror stories by Cameron Chaney that all take place in the town of Autumncrow Valley, and where basically every day is like Halloween, and many of the stories take place on Halloween. It's got a lot of heart to it, and it's got some humor to it, and some horror and scares and all that fun stuff. So check Autumncrow out. And check out my review. I'll have it linked down below. That is Autumncrow by Cameron Chaney. Alright, next we have, here we are, is, Dr. Frankenstein's Daughters, sorry for the glare, by, Suzanne Nguyen. Now, this, was an interesting story. I'm going to do a review. This is going to be the next part of my Frankenstein series, so do check that out. I am currently slowly working on reading another book for that, and so I'll have another episode of that coming up, and another episode of my Dracula reviews coming up sometime soon too. So just kind of give you a brief synopsis, just a little preview. Victor Frankenstein has these twin daughters. They discover their family lineage. They travel to Scotland to Castle Frankenstein, not the family's home, but one of the family's properties, and let's just say the sins of the father basically come back to haunt the daughters. So, anyway, I will review that soon, and that is Dr. Frankenstein's Daughters by Suzanne Nguyen. Maybe it's Suzanne Nguyen. It's Suzanne Nguyen, sorry. Okay. Next, I read Trick or Treat by Richie Tankersley Cusick. It's always hard for me to say her name. It's a point horror book from 1989. It is the fourth book, by this author I have read. I have one other book I have not read that's by her, and that's April Fools, which, who knows, I may end up reading before April gets here. It says on the front, trick or treat, candy is dandy, but murder is sweet. Essentially, it's about a girl named Martha who, her dad has recently remarried, and they move into this, basically, nowhere town in this house out in the country, and the house is famous for basically being haunted and for there being a murder. She soon starts getting, mysterious phone calls and threats, so it's creepy. It's kind of gothic, and it was pretty good. There are some holes in the plot, but other than that, it's pretty good. I liked it better than The Lifeguard, so I will be reviewing that. Oh, there is another book I read. I'll pull from the shelf that I forgot to grab. Right in the middle of Trick or Treat, I read. This is not the name of the book. This is the book I read it from. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. I have a review of that, and I'll put the review down below. It was my Halloween review, the day before Halloween, but I read it from the Gothic Fantasy Chilling Ghost Short Stories, and it's a beautiful book, trimmed in, kind of that gold stuff, and it was a gift. I forget if it was for Christmas or my birthday or what it was. I think it was last year. Anyway. So, it tells the story, the history of, the town of Sleepy Hollow, and its connection with the ghost of the Hessian soldier, the Headless Horseman, and how Ichabod Crane comes to encounter such a ghost. You can check out my review. It was a really hard book, story to review, because it tells so much of the history and kind of the background and stuff of all this stuff before it gets to the main event, which is essential information. It was just hard for me to figure out how to talk about it in giving my synopsis. So, alright. 2, 3, 4. Number 5. Hold on. I forgot to grab it. This is another one I'll do a review on soonish, and that is the book The Hidden Witch. Is the second in the Witch Boy trilogy. This is actually oh, by the way, it's by Molly Knox Ostertag, and I did not review the first book. I did talk about it in another wrap-up video several months back, but I will review this one. I will kind of briefly do an overview of the previous book, but it's about this boy named Astor, who he's growing up in this secluded community, and the boys shapeshift and the girls learn magic. Well, he has a taste for magic, and he ends up having to help this friend of his from outside of the forest in the main part of the town, who goes to school and stuff, and she is not connected with magic. She becomes endangered by this strange specter, and so he has to help her. So that is The Hidden Witch. I will also review this one at some point soon. And my last read was kind of disappointing, and this is the one I'm not going to review, and that is Bram Stoker's Dracula, a coloring classic. Yes, I read a coloring book, and it sounds kind of weird, but I was under the impression that this would be, because it has words in it to read and stuff as you color it, which I'm not going to color it because it's got such beautiful artwork, and I just feel like it would tarnish it if I did it, so I'm just going to leave it black and white, which I think it's beautiful that way. I thought it was going to do basically an abridged adaptation of Dracula. Sort of, but not using the words. The pictures kind of do, but the words are all quotes from the book Dracula by Bram Stoker. This was given to me as a gift several years ago, and I was like, oh, I'm going to read that around spooky season. It'll be another Dracula thing. I'm so Dracula out at this point, and I'm reading another Dracula novel on top of a Frankenstein novel while I'm also writing. So, but I think it came from Random House. Pretty sure. Well, anyway, I'll show you some of the pictures, but, there's, Dracula climbing down the walls, and there's a quote. There is a gem to this. Ooh, this one's really a cool picture with his eyes in the crypt. And there's one more I want to show you. Oh, I like that one too, actually, with the cemetery. Where is it? It's toward the back. Oh no, I passed it earlier, sorry. It's not toward the back. It was, after Dracula, the night he arrives at, Whitby, actually. Well, I thought it was. Oh, here it is. And he attacks Lucy. So, I really like that one, too. You can see, Whitby Abbey, or as it's in the book, it's, not Whitby Abbey. In real life it is. It's Carfax Abbey in the book, but It has a really great a bit at the back that's about the folklore of vampires, and it has a lot of interesting information. Some I knew, some I didn't, and that's like the most words are on any page. So, it was really cool. That and the pictures of the saving grace, it being quotes is disappointing, so I gave it kind of a 3 stars, I think. Would have gotten more if it had been actually an adaptation. Well, it might have gotten 4, might have actually still gotten 3, I don't know. But the illustrations and the information at the back is what saved it from just getting 2 stars. But anyway, that is what I read for the month of October. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will come back for another video next time here on ED List Reviews. So, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.